Lowly Americans, isn't this awesome? We have another day of this clown school protesting, getting the clowns ready for the clown world is what they're doing. So, Portland, Oregon, again, these jabronis are, they're never ending. So today I turn on YouTube and I see Dr. Steve Turley. He's got on there talking about said the Proud Boys fight back in Portland. Now let's just put a little caveat out there. I don't know what the Proud Boys are. I don't care about them. I know nothing about what they do or anything. I keep hearing their name brought up. A lot of times with these things, the media just makes up a name for people and then they go with it, and all of a sudden you have to accept that's what it is. If you remember the Boogaloo Boys, that was a meme, okay? Like the media made that out to be like they were like the Panzer Division or the Third Reich or the Fourth Reich probably, and all it was a meme based off the I think it's Barry Manilow, the Electric Boogaloo song from the '70s, and it's all about how there's nobody out there forming militias, doing these tactics and training and crap that the media always says there is. It's just a bunch of fat guys wearing like the Hawaiian style shirts, and they're flipping hamburgers and drinking wine coolers. They're drinking the White Claw, all right, but they're not. There's no organized group. To be organized, you have to file papers with the state. You have to have the Secretary of State has an address for an organization to be organized. It's such a, again, it's clown world. It's absolute clown world. Journalism school is probably the first school of clowns. But I digress. We're back on to Portland now. So I see this stuff, and they're just out there, they're having like some rally. I don't know why they're all into these rallies, right? And it's on Sunday, I guess, and anyway, the black dressed ninjas of Antifa come going through. You're gonna love this. This is where the revolution has started in Oregon. It was in a abandoned Kmart parking lot. I kid you not. And I don't know where this area of town was. I saw some it says Northeast Portland. I don't know where they're talking about. I saw some video, they're showing that, you see some of the buildings in the background. It looked like there was a Hooters there that is no longer a Hooters. So the Kmart can't make it, the Hooters can't make it. Word to the wise. Anyway, they're there. All these, these ninjas come out with their umbrellas and their no fascist signs. That's so stupid. They don't even know what a fascist is. Fascism, let's just quote Joe Biden. If Antifa is an idea, that means they're an idea of fascism because they're saying they're anti, so they came after it, and it's a political ideology. It's not the Nazi. Nazis is a party, a group. It's like right now in America you have a right wing and a left wing. Like in Europe, you have like 25 left wings and like 5 right wings, and they all join it up together and they make parliament. It's a screwed up system. There's a reason why we left the place, okay? Anyway, Portland now, I'm looking like, okay, so is there news articles on this? Because this is really quiet. I can't believe I'm finding out about it now. Here we go. And I about fell over and I saw this because it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all part of this, I don't know. Maybe maybe they're changing the rules, and I'm not smart enough to figure out what they're doing next. But we're gonna read this, chit chat about it, and I'll let you go. All right. So, Portland officials, government officials, the police, the mayor's office, county or city commission, all those jabronis, and progressives. The enlightened folk. Excuse me while I take a drink of my Dr. Pepper while I reflect on what it's like to be a progressive. Anyway, these are the limousine liberals is a progressive. It's such a they found out you got to watch. You got to go back and read history of the presidential elections in the 20th century. You can find all this stuff. Actually, you go back to the Civil War. Right after the Civil War, first woman ran for president. Go from her. She was a commie too before communism even existed. Go from there on, but still, Michael Dukakis was running against George Bush's dad, ironically named George Bush. And he said at one point, he goes, "I am proud to be a liberal." And there's like the next day they did a poll, and his numbers just tanked. So Democrats have never wanted to be called a liberal since then. So now they're progressives. You know, it's like you have progressive soup. That's a good thing. You have progressive insurance. Oh, you know, everybody wants insurance. It's, you know, it's a good word. It's like being like, I'm pro-choice. Yeah, because everybody should be allowed to have choices, right? So it's just a play on words. It's the same old stinky liberal, old women that don't bathe and they reek of patchouli and cat urine. They're the ones that are hanging out with the government. Oregon pro-Trump organizers seem in disarray. They're pretty damn organized, what I saw. Ahead of a Sunday event, but some on the left still call for mayor to quit. See, this is why you don't talk to these people. I mean, they're never satisfied. If they were satisfied, there'd be something so wrong going on. Like, if they were the last person on earth, they would not be satisfied. They would find a cat somewhere so that they could dress up and talk to it and tell it about how wrong everything is. And I'm sure them being the last person on earth is some white man's fault somewhere. They're like the Indians. That's what they learned. Their official protest mascot is the Indian. It's the white man that has done everything wrong. A united front against far-right groups appear to be paying off for authorities. I mean, can you believe that the government is doing that? And progressive groups in Portland ahead of the planned protest on Sunday. You know the government also has to include conservative groups if you're going to have these Fruit Loop groups. Faced by a coalition which staged joint events on Friday, far-right organizers appeared to be in some disarray. Some promoted a new venue for their own Summer of Love protest. Others fell silent. Groups including the Proud Boys and Patriot Prayer. I never heard of Patriot Prayer. It's a new one. So, okay, look, now we're labeling, if you believe the Lord Jesus Christ is your Savior, you are now a radical group called Patriot Prayer. Prominent, where'd that go? Prominent and often violent protests in the city in recent years did not promote the event. Haley Adams, a longtime far-right pro-Trump organizer in the Portland area, said on Telegram late on Friday, the venue for the Sunday protest, which does not have an official permit. Hang on, there is some pounding going on in my abode. This is, you know what, you can never have a quiet enough place. Just when you think it's quiet, like you got all the cracks and seals and everything all stuffed with soundproofing, something comes along, a banshee comes along and ruins it. Anyway, you know what? Here's the deal. If you're protesting, do you really need a permit? Oh yeah. Hey. Do you think BLM had permits last year when they lit Portland on fire? Do you think that was permitted by the permit process? What about all those assholes out there standing in the middle of the interstate? All those people should have been road pizza. Instead, we were told to take them serious. It was their plight of mistreatment and the hatred of the mean tweets of Donald Trump. Covfefe. That's gonna be my group. So I'm the Covfefe professor. Let's see here. Prominent prayer. Haley Adams, a longtime far-right pro-Trump organizer in the Portland area, sent a telegram on Friday. The venue for the Sunday protest, which did not have an official permit, had changed. In part, her message said the event is to be relocated to another location. It's two of the same things. And indicating maybe moving out of downtown Portland. Okay, fine. Blah, blah, blah. The group has been involved in large summertime rallies. Yeah, we get that. All right, Portland government officials who have endured criticism for alleged inaction or bias in their response to the far-right protests spent much of this week building a united response to the planned Sunday event. There's a response already in place. It's called laws. Enforce the laws. Okay, that's all you got to do. That is all you have to do. Ted Wheeler, he sucks. He says, choose love. I swear, oh my goshness, there is something going crazy outside. I apologize, y'all. You can't get me, so what do I care, right? Anyway, let's go. See here. This is all stupid. Look at this big old long name Amy here has. I bet you look these people up, they're all look the same. Like shaved pandas. Similarly, the right kind of public attention can put pressure on anti-democrat actors and sharpen division. I mean, this is another thing. Anti-democratic. Okay. Oh, you don't believe in democracy, blah, blah, blah. That's not how this works. That's why we're a republic, because it protects your rights. All right. Democracy does not protect your rights. Democracy is formal anarchism. I said that wrong, but I don't care. You should not expect to see police officers in the middle of a crowd trying to keep people apart. Okay, now this is the thing right here, and this is what I wanted to really hit on. So, watching the videos, and I'll do one tonight. I'll cover the violence part. So, there's no cops. And it's like, but you read an article, and it says, like, the police came when gunfire went off. So, man, there's some really loud explosives going on in this thing. There were fireworks supposedly, but still, I'm like, I don't like anything you gotta use a match for. Powder kegs don't work well around matches. You know what I'm saying? So, they're doing this whole thing. I'm like, man, there's no cops. But then evidently, there's a gunshot and the police are right on top of somebody. Well, this is it's a tactic. And you've seen this before whenever there's a revolution. In, Central America, man, they're always on a revolution. All right? They're always on a revolution. And it's the tacos versus the burritos. Who knows? Okay? It's just whatever it is they're doing down there, they're in a revolution. And the police will not respond. Then they let both sides fight until deadly weapons get involved, and then they stop it. That's what they figured out, this psychology of people are. So you get these jabronis running around with paintball guns, and everything's okay. It's just they're just playing paintball. Now, if they all came running out there running around with swords, maybe a little bit different thing. But it's just, the police are not going to be there, okay? Do not think the police are going to do anything for you. If your car's going to get vandalized, everything else, it's not there for you. They're not there for you. But by the way, I do also think that you can't sit here. The ninjas of Antifa cannot sit here and abuse people like they're doing anybody. If you mention the word Trump, I mean, that's just stupid. It's just a dude. The guy is the biggest pot stirrer in the world. And these weird, unstable people, these are people that teach your children. These are people that share the road with you. These are people that fly planes. They cook your food. I mean, these people, they go off the tracks, man. It is like an explosive train wreck if you just mention Trump. And it is so bizarre. It is so freaking bizarre. Not everyone that loves Unite, however, earlier the same morning, speakers of the rally of the groups, including the Oregon Justice Resource Center, I bet that's a wonderful, smelly group, condemned Wheeler and Lowe's approach to right-wing protest. Oh, look, this asshole, he's an attorney. His name is Juan Chavez. Jeez, man. He's related to a revolutionary. I would guarantee you. He's not... We know that whenever the Proud Boys show up in your town, police stand up and stand by while fascists assault the community. Fascist! Oh boy. My God, you're stupid. Sunday's planned protest falls on the first anniversary of a Say No to Marxism rally. Just say no to drugs. At which you're far right if you oppose Marxism. You're far right if you oppose a system that couldn't feed its own people, so they killed them. And they started with those pesky people that have bothered every nation trying to rise up for since the beginning of time. You know who I'm talking about. And I'm saying the pesky people, like, that's how they talk. I believe I'm one of them. So, on you. Let's see here. They destroyed a snack van. Yeah, you ever see what these Antifa people look like? Yeah, they've destroyed many a snack van. Oh, this guy has a gun. That's who they found. They found a guy with a Texas sticker, and he's got crosses on him, and he's got a gun. Oh, from a year ago. It was a year ago. Look at this. August 22nd, last year. We don't know what the rest happened here. We don't know. You know, we're going to look him up, though, later on. One of the more prominent and violent protests in the event. This guy was arrested following month. He's still in jail, having pleaded not guilty to charges, including assault. And, see, having puppies, man. Now they're crying. This is why I can't get work done. Airsoft guns, airsoft guns are weapons designed. Are they saying he had an airsoft gun? That's what happened when you skipped all these things. I don't care. Anyway, everybody knows what airsoft guns are. They're awesome. Found they're used by right-wingers that have been carefully planned. It has continued. Oh, jeez. If it's a gun, it has to be a right-winger. Never mind the fact that I watched, while it was streaming, one of these so-called Proud Boys get shot in the back of the head by an Antifa dude who snuck out of a garage to shoot him. What were the other ones? I can't think of them, man. I've got too much going on. I've got whiners and criers. Hey, puppy, no. See that? This is what happens when you record live and you don't stop because you don't have time to, because by the time this gets out, the narrative's going to change. See here. There were some indications that at least a few right-wingers are still planning for action on Sunday. Planning for action, my gosh, they're not going to do anything. These are dudes that, like, they've got to get home because they've got to babysit that night for their wives while they have their Sex in the City watching party. Is that still on? Or Bravo? What's Real Housewives? Anyway, this is just the Battle of Portland has begun, and this is absolutely clown world caca. Okay, why are people dressing up as ninjas and fighting people who are just like, they're standing in a damn empty Kmart? What year Kmart closed? Like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something? Who knows? It's like they're standing in an empty parking lot. And they're saying things like, we are conservative people that believe in God and family. And, I mean, that's it, right? This is what they say. It's very, if you ever listen, it's very boring. Meanwhile, these dudes, these ninjas, they come climbing out of the grass and stuff. And they're coming over there, it's like, and they come with that damn, they're beating that drum. They got that one chick. There's one chick that is always screaming. She got that dang voice. It's like they do auditions for that role, and she just screams. It's always a white chick, and she starts screaming about Black Lives Matter and all this stuff. Meanwhile, there's no black people in Portland, okay? Like, yes, there's a handful or two, but you gotta realize Oregon is the only state that in its original constitution, it banned black people from moving there. It was against the law too. It is a entrenched ideology of segregation and racism thought. All right, but it's not, they're gonna sit there and they're gonna preach that crap down on you like you have to do something about it for some stupid ass town up in the Pacific Northwest that has ruined everything that was ever good about it, and they wanted to force that values on you down in Atlanta, Georgia, you know, or down in Miami Beach. You're trying to you put your toes in the sand just perfectly while you're drinking your Mai Tai, and these jabrones out in Portland are trying to ruin your day. You can't even see them. You don't even know they're there. But they're doing something, and these assholes in D.C. take this stuff serious, like their opinion, these little children, crybabies' opinion matters, and it doesn't. That's it. Godspeed, y'all. Take care of each other. Love one another. Please give me a follow. I don't know what the deal is. I can see when there's an algorithm, but I can't define the algorithm. I've noticed the past couple of days watching YouTube artists. The algorithm has changed again, and so when it changes, you get a lot of growth. So if you get some growth, it's just a snowball effect. So let's do this. Love you guys. Be safe. Be good to one another. May the force be with you. I'm out. Next.